The movie begins in a diner in Cleveland, Ohio, where an attorney named Queen is having dinner with her Tinder date, Slim. She agreed to go out with him because she didn't want to be alone that night. Slim has a relaxed personality, while Queen is more skeptical and serious. During their conversation, she shares that her client was given the death penalty, a punishment she believes is unfair. When Slim asks why she chose him for the date, Queen admits that she liked his picture because it looked sad. After dinner, Slim drives Queen home hoping to spend more time with her. While driving, he accidentally swerves, catching the attention of a racist police officer named Officer Reed. Officer Reed pulls them over and orders Slim out of the car. As he begins searching the vehicle, Queen questions why, which makes Reed increasingly angry. When Slim asks him to hurry up because it's cold outside, Reed pulls out his gun and tries to arrest him. Queen steps out and starts recording the situation on her phone, but Reed fires at her, grazing her leg. In response, Slim tackles Reed, but the officer overpowers him and starts beating him. In a desperate moment, Slim grabs the gun and shoots Reed, killing him. Stunned and in shock, Queen tells Slim they have no choice but to run. Queen and Slim go on the run, getting rid of their phones to avoid being tracked. They decide to ditch their car and try to get a ride, eventually flagging down a pickup truck. The driver, Edgar, agrees to help when Queen tells him they're out of gas and need a ride to the station. As they drive, Slim notices that Edgar is actually a sheriff. When they stop at a gas station, Edgar hears a radio alert about Officer Reed's death and a description of the suspects, Queen and Slim. Realizing who they are, he knows they are sitting right in his truck. Queen and Slim quickly catch on and at gunpoint force Edgar to come with them. They drive back to their abandoned car and lock him in the trunk, ignoring his claims that he wants to help. Queen refuses to take any chances, knowing he would alert the police the moment he got the chance. Queen and Slim take Edgar's truck and stop to get food. Since they can't risk going inside, they take money from Edgar's glove compartment and give it to a young boy, asking him to buy them food. After they eat, the boy returns with shocking news. A video from Officer Reed's dash cam has gone viral. The footage clearly shows Queen and Slim during the incident, making their faces known to the world. As they leave, Slim accidentally hits the boy's father with the truck. Thankfully, it's just a knee injury, so they decide to drive him and his son to the hospital. During the ride, the father praises Queen and Slim, seeing them as heroes. He believes Reed's death was justice since the officer had previously killed an unarmed black man. After they drop him off, he wishes them luck on their journey. The next morning, Queen and Slim stop at a gas station to fill up the truck. Slim goes inside carrying his gun and tells the clerk to cover the cost of their gas. Surprisingly, the clerk agrees, but only if Slim lets him hold the gun. Hesitant but with no other choice, Slim hands it over. The clerk playfully points the gun at him, making Slim uneasy for a moment. Then, just as quickly, he lowers it, returns the gun, and pays for the gas as promised. Queen reaches out to her estranged Uncle Earl for help. He's a pimp who lives with several women, and though he's hesitant at first, Queen convinces him by reminding him that he owes her. Earl agrees to help and tells them they need to shave their heads to avoid being recognized. Later that night, as they try to get some rest, Slim asks Queen why Earl owes her. She reveals that she once helped him avoid prison for murder. The person he killed was her mother. Their conversation is cut short when the police arrive at Earl's door, asking questions. When an officer requests to search the house, Earl stands his ground, telling him to come back with a warrant. Once the police leave, Earl warns Queen and Slim that it's too dangerous for them to stay. Before leaving, they take new clothes from his house and burn the stolen truck to cover their tracks. Earl gives Queen a final hug before they drive off in one of his cars, continuing their escape. As Slim drives, Queen rests in the passenger seat. After some time, he wakes her up and asks if she would have gone on a second date with him. At first, she says no, but then she reconsiders and asks what he would have planned for their next outing. They stop near a nightclub, and despite the risk of being recognized, Slim takes Queen inside to dance. The atmosphere is lively, and for a moment, they allow themselves to enjoy the night. At the bar, the bartender recognizes them but reassures Slim that they are safe there. She even offers them free drinks. Knowing their time together is uncertain, Queen and Slim dance for hours, losing themselves in the moment. As they move to the music, they reflect on life and how they want to be remembered after they're gone. The next morning, as they continue their journey, their car suddenly breaks down. They take it to a garage where the mechanic demands extra payment to get the car back the same day. The mechanic expresses a different opinion about Officer Reed's killing compared to others in the area. He believes it only gives cops more of a reason to target and harm black people. The mechanic's son, Junior, a fan of Queen and Slim, offers to show them around the area. As they walk, Junior opens up about his deep hatred for the police and even says he's prepared to die that day if it comes to it. While they're at the mechanic's office, Slim takes a moment to call his father. It's a quiet and emotional conversation where they both say, "I love you" to each other, knowing it could be their last chance to talk. Unbeknownst to Slim, detectives are listening in on the call, and shortly after, they arrest his father for helping him. Once they get the car back, Slim asks Junior to take a picture of him and Queen together, wanting to capture the moment before they move on. Before heading to their next destination, Queen takes a detour to visit her mother's grave. She opens up to Slim, explaining that she and her mother were very close when she was younger, but things changed as she grew older. One day, Queen and Uncle Earl got into an argument, and in the heat of the moment, Earl pushed her mother down the stairs, causing a fatal head injury. At the time, Queen had just passed the bar exam and was eager to take on her first case. She never expected that her first real decision as a lawyer would be to let Earl go, but she did, knowing deep down that it was an accident. Overwhelmed with emotion, Queen breaks down, and Slim gently holds her. In that vulnerable moment, they share a kiss. They then drive to a secluded spot where they make love, fully embracing their connection despite the danger surrounding them. Meanwhile, a riot erupts in the city as police continue their manhunt for Queen and Slim. Among the protesters is Junior, the mechanic's son, who is fueled by anger and defiance. A black SWAT officer calmly approaches him, trying to de-escalate the situation and telling him to leave. But in a sudden, reckless moment, Junior pulls out a gun and shoots the officer, killing him. The chaos quickly turns deadly. Moments later, Junior is gunned down as well, his life ending in the violence he believed was inevitable. Queen and Slim find refuge with a white couple, the Shepherds, who are known for helping people in need. The couple welcomes them into their home, offering them food and a safe place to stay for the night. During dinner, Queen surprises Slim by saying grace, even though she had previously told him she was an atheist. In her prayer, she expresses gratitude for the time she has spent with Slim, no matter how their journey ends. Their peace is short-lived when a SWAT team suddenly arrives outside. The Shepherds quickly hide Queen and Slim in a small crawl space under their bed, where they remain hidden throughout the night, terrified but holding on to each other. By morning, they believe the danger has passed. They quietly climb out through a window, but Queen injures her shoulder during the descent. As they make their way to the Shepherds' garage to take a spare car, Slim helps pop Queen's shoulder back into place. She cries out in pain, drawing the attention of a black police officer patrolling the area. The officer finds them in the garage and looks them in the eye. For a tense moment, it seems like he might turn them in. But instead, he silently opens the garage door and lets them go, allowing them to slip past the police blockade unnoticed. Queen and Slim drive down an open road, enjoying a rare moment of freedom. They take turns leaning out of the car windows, feeling the wind against their faces and savoring the joy of being alive, even if just for a little while. Eventually, they meet a man who takes them to a friend with a small plane that can fly them to safety. He drives them to a secluded airstrip where their escape finally seems within reach. As Queen and Slim walk toward the plane, a sudden flood of flashing lights surrounds them. A full squad of police officers blocks their path, weapons drawn. With nowhere to run, they stop and face the inevitable. Queen turns to Slim and asks if she can be his legacy. He looks at her and says she already is. Before they can take another step, a trigger-happy racist officer fires without warning, shooting Queen in the chest. She falls instantly. Slim rushes to her, cradling her lifeless body in his arms. Overcome with grief, he carries her toward the officers, refusing to let go, but before he can reach them, they open fire, riddling him with bullets. Their journey ends there, together in death as they had been in life. News of Queen and Slim's tragic death spreads everywhere. Their real names, Angela Johnson and Ernest Hines, are finally revealed. However, the police twist the story, making it seem like they were dangerous criminals who had to be stopped. The people who helped them along the way, Earl, the Shepherds, and Ernest's father, are heartbroken when they hear the news. Many others who followed their journey feel the same. At their funeral, hundreds of people gather to honor them, To the community, they are not criminals but heroes, symbols of resistance against injustice. People mourn their loss but also celebrate their courage. To keep their memory alive, the community creates a tribute, a large mural of Queen and Slim. The image comes from the photo that Junior took before he died, capturing them in a moment of love and unity. Though their lives were cut short, their story continues to inspire those who believe in justice and freedom.